Hello everyone, welcome to your literature check-in for the week for Johnny Tremain. So last week you read part 4, The Rising Eye, and you read about how Johnny went to Merchant Light with his cup and was not received well by Merchant Light and his daughter, Miss Lavinia. In fact, Merchant Light accused Johnny of stealing the cup, and Johnny went to court and was able, with the help of a great lawyer and with the help of the testimony of Scylla and Asana, he was able to clear his name and be found innocent of the charges of stealing. And so at the end of, or beginning of part 5 here, I should say, Johnny's life changes pretty dramatically in part 5. So he leaves the Lapham household and he actually goes to live with Rab, who is the printer at the Boston Observer, and kind of takes on a whole new family with Uncle Lorne. He begins working for Uncle Lorne and the twins, the 2 young children that you'll meet. So for this part 5, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. Rather than just answer some questions, I want you to read part 5 and be on the lookout for the different changes in Johnny, because I'm going to have you write a short paragraph when you finish reading part 5 about the changes in Johnny. And so I want to give you a couple things to look for. I have a whiteboard here with some of the things that I'd like for you to look for as you read. So first of all, his job changes. So what job does he have now? Certainly he's not a silversmith anymore, so you'll be reading about this new job that he has. And his interests change. Some of the things he enjoys, some of the activities he enjoys doing are completely different than those that he engaged in when he was working for the Laphams. Also, what about the company he keeps? In other words, who are the people that Johnny is around all of the time, that he lives with, that he works for? What are those changes? First of all, he was working with working for the Laphams, and Dove and Dusty were his peers, and now all of that has changed. So be on the lookout for that. Also, his attitude begins to change. His character begins to change. Whereas he was so quick to, had such a quick temper and would get so angry and would spout out, negative, angry words and insults at people, you'll notice that his attitude begins to change. And he's really looking to Rab as a role model and seeing how Rab responds to stresses around him, and really starts to model his behavior after Rab. So his attitude changes, which of course leads to his interactions with others. So these are all things I want you to look for as you read part 5. You don't really have to take notes as you're reading. Just enjoy reading part 5. I think I've spread it out over a few days. And when you have finished part 5, I'd like for you to write a paragraph of at least 5 sentences that explains some of these changes in Johnny. And again, here are the key things to be looking for. How does Johnny change? And how does his surroundings change? How do his attitudes change, his interactions with others, as well as just those obvious things like his job and the company he keeps. So that's your focus for this week in literature for part 5 in Johnny Tremain, The Boston Observer. I'll see you again later.